And there's the nice layup by Hill.
You know, it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
It always seems to settle you down when you have some early success in the post.
So the Indiana Pacers able to put the first points up on the board. On the wing, Green. He's guarded by Ellis. Bosch kicks to Green. A three-pointer, no good. And for Gerald Green, another productive year last season coming off the bench. Though it was a smaller role, a small step back from the season before when he started over half the games for the Suns.
Well, there was a log jam in Phoenix at the wing position last season. He certainly matured, though, as he never complained about not starting, just went out and did his job.
Green gets a screen from Best.
Listen to the fans here. Any question about how popular he is?
Not in my mind. I mean, this fan base and this entire community loves him.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Kevin, thank you. I caught up with Eric Spoelstra, and of course, he said a big key for them will be trying to minimize Monte Ellis's impact offensively. He added, he's one of the best in the league at blowing by his defender and finishing at the rim. We've got to force him left, and then at the other end, make sure we go at him defensively and see that he expends some energy there as well. Kevin, defense not Ellis's strong suit. Seems like a smart plan.
Thank you, Doris. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession. Here's Hill. Stats on him, he's averaging 9 points a game. Doubled by Best. Hill dishes to Hill. Outside, George. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. On defense, Indiana. The Heat beat them last time when these two teams met down in South Florida.
And on an ordinary night, guys, I think they would have come out on top. That's just how well they played. But they happened to catch an opposing team at the very top of their game.
I'd venture to guess, Greg, that if that game was played in their building instead of on the road, they win it.
And here are the Heat now after Paul George getting his three to go. Green kicks to Irving. Back to Green. The three. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Green banked in off the glass. The Heat trail by 5. To the paint. Here's Dang. On the line. Rebound by Best. This is it to Hill. George with the screen on Bosch. Mahimi's shot is good.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence.
It didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Off the inbound pass. Pacers with the rebound.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
Hill dishes to Ellis. 6 on the shot clock. The kick out to Hill. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Fades back. Shots good by Ellis.
That was the third straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do that.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Dishes to Mahimi. Hill. He feeds it to Hill. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got his second bucket of the game to go.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Count that one.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
Now here's Ellis. Back to George. Off the left rim and out.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Deng kicks to Bosch. To Irving. Back to Bosch. Just his first attempt. The shot is off, and Indiana will come the other way. Irving against Hill. George. It's back to Hill. Lets it go with a three. And Indiana, another three.
Well, if you like offense, that's what you're getting here early on.
This has a little bit of playground feel to it, fellas. I mean, forget about defending. Just outscore the other team. Let it fly.
Looking at Miami, they took their win in their last game against the Washington Wizards.
And you know what? Sometimes it's hard to say whether or not defensively you were on your game. But bottom line is their opponent didn't shoot it well, and you got to take some of the credit from a defensive standpoint.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, it's all about the results, right? And if you can limit open looks, sometimes you can get into an opponent's head. So even when they do spring free, they lack the confidence, or at least are distracted and aren't able to knock those shots down.
Here's Irving after the made shot from Monte Ellis. Bosch kicks to Udoh. Back to Bosch. Good ball movement here by Miami. Irving against Hill. Irving misses.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
Hill drives in. Back to Ellis. He kicks to Hill. Shot clock at 6. Ellis with it. He's picked up by Deng. Tries it from 19. Again, Indiana. The Heat trailed by 5.
Tell you what, Monte Ellis is one of the best second-round draft picks of all time in the league, not just the last decade. I mean, this guy was a 5-star recruit out of high school, committed to college, but changed his mind and entered the draft, where the Warriors stole it with the 40th pick in 2005.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, Jay. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
Here's Ellis after the Heat pick up 2. Chris Bosh with the rebound. Getting back to Monte Ellis. Had he gone to college for even 1 year, I think he would have probably been a top 10 pick. But if you look at here's Best. No good on the quick three. And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor for Miami, Best in its center. Dragic is out there with Gerald Green. Then it's Winslow, and it's Haslam in at the power forward position.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Stuckey drives inside. Hill, the open look. And good coming on the assist by Rodney Stuckey. And the Pacers lead by 4. Here's Best. Rodney Stuckey pulls it in.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense.
DeYoung. 6 to shoot. High post shot. Allen. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it different. They'll count the basket.
And an instant reaction to that call from the fans.
Well, you know, they can be very vociferous when they disagree, and that whistle did not go over well with the crowd.
And Indiana making a change here. George is checked in. And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Hi, Kev. Insanity in their last time out against the Wizards. Wasn't happy with how he played. He ended with 7 points and added 3 rebounds as well. He shot a very low percentage from the field, uncharacteristically low. We'll be curious to see how he responds here in this one, guys.
Doris, thanks. We all know he wants to come out here and move on.
Yeah, and what would really help is if he could come out and get off to a good quick start here tonight.
That would be a huge help. I mean, the faster he can move on and get locked into the present, the better off his team will be.
On the wing, Hill. Back to Stuckey. They set the pick. He dishes it to Mahinmi. Shot on the wing. And it's Dragic with the rebound. Dragic has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Lets the 3 fly. Rodney Stuckey pulls it in. Stuckey's got his 3rd rebound tonight. And yes, sir, that one drops. Stuckey's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. Taking a look at Miami. They've continued to play strong basketball, if not utterly dominant, as the last part of the season grinds toward the playoffs. And it looks like, guys, they'll hold on to that #1 spot the whole way there. And, of course, Indiana, they're much further down in the standings right now.
And, you know, for the Heat, the step forward they've taken this season has been a giant one. I thought they'd be an improved team, but I had no idea they could be this good.
It really has been something to see. I mean, a remarkable and quick turnaround. It's been dramatic in how far they've come from last season.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Pacers.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
Passes to Hill. No good. Some solid defense from Bosch. Miami's gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. Best passes to Irving. Gives him the lead pass. Best's shot is good. The insanity's got 16.
He's having quite the quarter here, guys. I mean, shooting the ball extremely well.
Stuckey against Dragic. Stuckey left side. Hill dishes to Stuckey. Hill. Here's George. The 19-footer is on the money. George has got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
The feed to Bosch. He passes it to Best. And Hill over to help. Irving kicks to Dragic. No good from outside. Indiana leading. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Hill kicks to George. And it's Kyrie Irving with the rebound. He'd have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10. Good ball movement here by Miami. Best can't hit. Indiana's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here.
Oh, big man rocking the rim. Good aggressive finish right there.
And usually he leaves those to his teammates.
And you know, guys, with his length, I think he needs to attack the basket much more. Those dunks should be routine for him.
George double-teamed. 5. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And here are the Heat now. On the wing, Dang. And that one's good. Dang's got his 2nd basket of the game. Indiana trailing here. Outside Hill. And Irving comes to help. It's back to Hill. Outside for George. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had early.
Irving attacking the kick out to Dang. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 4 assists now tonight.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Turner's checked it, and so we wrap up the first half. Heat lead by 13. We'll see you back here after the break for 3rd quarter basketball. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. You know, Insanity has really been making it happen.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
Checking out the group of Frank Vogel to start the second half. George Hill out there with Ellis. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Hill. And it's Mahinmi in at the center. Here's Bosch. Another miss. Boy, they had their chance there, but couldn't get it to go.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
And that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retaining possession. Let's take this moment to bring you a leaderboard featuring a very well-rounded group. The top rebounding small forwards in the NBA the last 10 games. Paul George on top.
You know, there are some things he does really well on the perimeter, but in the paint, his rebounding is as impressive as anything else he does on the floor.
I think that's one of his calling cards, the rebounding, and it's the feistiness in the paint that allows him to do such a good job, and they're battling those big guys down low. I mean, I think it's really what sets him apart from other small forwards.
Hill passes to Ellis. Kicks it to Mahinmi. Back to Ellis. Shot clock at 5. Kept alive. The pass to Mahinmi. Shot is blocked, but they recover it. Ellis kicks to George. Outside Hill. Pass to Ellis. It's back to Hill. They shoot again. And he lays it up and in. Hill's got the first bucket of the third here for the Pacers. Monte Ellis has always had a knack for the big shot. When things are on the line, he is a guy that is not afraid to step up.
And Kevin, last season, he had a number of big second halves and fourth quarters for the Mavs. Really took over that primary scoring role from Dirk Nowitzki. Stole a lot of games for them last season.
Mahinmi's shot is good.
Really good example there of some fine interior passing before that basket.
Here's Best. Puts the lead pass in front of him. And Green gets it to go. Green's got 13.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Pacers trail by 13. Irving passes to Best. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with
How about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Ellis dishes to Hill. Back to Ellis. George up top. 5 on the clock. Outside Hill. He feeds it to George. And he overshot that one, missing.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Pacers trail by 15. Hill kicks to George. Hill sets the screen for George. It's back to Hill. Dishes it to Ellis. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got his 4th assist in this one.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Well, Heat leading by 12. Pass to Bosch. Third quarter action in just under 3.5 minutes are gone.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Hill with it. He's got 10. And Irving comes to help. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
Kevin, let's check out how Miami stacked up in the league stats over the last month. First in scoring, first in rebounding, and they're also #1 distributing the basketball. This is a team that knows how to find the open man and convert those opportunities.
And you go back to their offense, the most explosive in the league. I mean, everyone talks about the great offense beating great defenses. And I tell you what, they make it difficult to hang with them.
Hill drives in. Shot's good. Hill's got 12 points in the game.
Oh, terrific work finishing a soft move like that. The finger roll.
Right side Green. Outside Bosch. There's the pick. He kicks it to Irving. Dang for 3. And the shot is good. 10 points for him.
And you know, at the end of the day, Steve, you just have to respect his overall defensive acumen. I mean, it's not just one thing he does well at that end. He knows how to guard from A to Z.
And that'll be Indiana as it goes out of bounds. Pacers retain possession. And a moment to check out Miami, who they've got coming up. Following this one, they get to host the Warriors. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for the Pacers. Here's Hill. 12 points for him. And a chance now to check out the schedule for Indiana. Next step for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. Start a 3-game homestand with that game. Miami with the ball. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. Irving attacking. Launches it. And that one's good. Irving's got 14.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
George against Dang. Just 5 on the clock. A jump hook. And George finishes inside. He's got 7.
Yeah, the NBA Development League now celebrating its 15th anniversary and a lot of change over that time. None of the original 8 teams still playing in their original locations. Still, it's only growing. And I think we'll see it grow to 30 teams before long.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Turner comes in for Mahinmi. And it's Budinger in for Jordan Hill. Outside Hill. Back to Stuckey. Down low, Turner. Can't get it to go. Now the Heat take it the other way. Greg, you're talking about the D-League. Not really a moneymaker yet, but it's really benefited, Clark, the NBA in so many ways.
Clearly has, Kevin, a place to train new players, officials, and executives or management. A way to test out possible rule changes. I think building revenue is the focus, though, and the players make a small salary, but the NBA Developmental League is helping the NBA be better.
Pass to Budinger. Back to Stuckey. Feeds it to Turner. Now the dish to Stuckey. And it's blocked by Dang. Now the pass to Best. Back to Dang. He dishes it to Bosch. Passes it to Best. Goes up. And Turner with the block. Now here is Hill. He's got 12. Left side Turner. Off the pick. Turner can't get that one to fall.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
The feet to Bosch. He passes to Irving. Right side Irving. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. The Pacers making a change here. Pacers trail by 20. Dang and Bosch with the 3 and 4. Gerald Green out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Best in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. It's the group on the floor for Miami. And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And that was not a soft foul he had to get through, Greg. I mean, he had to really power that one up and in.
Well, Heat leading by 17. From the arc. That's good. Insanity's got 26.
And that's another three. And if the defense is hoping that they don't heat up from out there like they did in the first half, they may be in for a real bad situation.
George, he's covered by Bosch. Ellis, the pass to George. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. And that's 13 points for Paul George.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
The Heat shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall? Best passes to Irving. Green kicks to Irving. Irving gets a screen from Best. He used that pick to perfection. 16 points for Kyrie Irving.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
Ellis outside. Kicks to Hill. Ellis picks up the loose ball, but he was in the backcourt. They'll give it up.
Just a boneheaded play there, guys. Plain and simple.
Well, tell me how you really feel about that, Greg. But you're right. I mean, mistakes like that will keep you from cutting deficits, no doubt.
Mahinmi's checked in for the Pacers. Stuckey comes in for Monte Ellis. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Outside Bosch. All sorts of time. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
George with the ball. Out guarded by Best. Dang against George. It's stolen by Dang. And now here comes Dang, leading the break. Pass to Best. On the wing, Irving. With some arc, he lays it in. Irving's got 4 points now in the quarter. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game. How it's been going for the Heat.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, and another thing, they've created a lot of turnovers, but they've also been able to convert when they've got down in transition.
Clock at 6. And George gets it to go.
Well, nothing was going down for him in the first half. But since the break, he's been on target.
The Heat leading by 19 points. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Indiana's gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. And it's Hill penetrating. The shot's good on the assist by George. 14 points for Hill.
And every once in a while, he'll show up and give you some great moves around the hoop.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it.
Boy, they couldn't hook up there on what really a pretty basic pass.
Pacers trail by 17. Stuckey kicks to Mahinmi. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Back to Bosch. Bosch gets a screen from Best. Shot off the pick. And the rejection by Mahinmi. And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now.
Really quite surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds given what the scoreboard said.
Oh, yeah, not typical. They've been dominant on the board, but they are still falling short on the scoreboard.
The Heat leading by 15. Irving passes to Best. Hands it from downtown. Insanity's got 29 in the game.
And he got loose from the three-point range in the first half and showing signs here that he's still got the flow in the second.
Time call here. Indiana decides to talk it over. One of the stories here, Insanity getting it done today.
He's been locked in from deep. They're giving him too much breathing room and definitely paying the price for it.
He feeds it to Hill. Outside, George. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
Pacers trail by 18. Rodney Stuckey on the wing. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And that's the shot he has to take.
Exactly. That's the right look. The decision was good. He just didn't execute.
Dang off the pick from Best. Dang attacking. Outside Bosch. Wide open. That's good. And the Heat lead by 20.
Remember, for a long time, flopping was like the #1 concern in the NBA. I mean, it still happens a lot, but the rules have curbed it quite a bit. We have seen less and less flopping the last few years.
Stuckey kicks to Hill. Dishes it to George. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out. Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Hill kicks to Hill. Outside, George. Shoots a fader, and good on the basket. Book it. George has got 14 points now in the second half.
He's really stepped it up this quarter. Looks like he's determined to get them out of this hole all by himself.
The Heat leading by 18. Dang passes to Best. Outside, Green. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, so that's a double-edged sword there.
Hill against Irving. Hill dishes to George. It's back to Hill. He kicks it to Stuckey. Fires from the wing. They get the rebound. Goes back up. Mahimi's shot is good. Mahimi's got 4 points this quarter.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Dang off the pick from Best. Dang attacking. Hill with some nice D.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
George with the ball. Now guarded by Best. Stuckey kicks to George. That's blocked. In transition, here comes Miami. Best passes to Irving, and that one's good. Irving's got 11 points here in just the second half.
Well, we all know that #1 overall picks are incredibly valuable. I mean, they can change the course and face of an entire franchise. Last season, the playoffs were full of teams that featured #1 overall picks.
Hill kicks to Stuckey. Feeds it to George. They set the pick. Shoots from the baseline. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. And guys, teams with the #1 overall pick tend to go very deep in the playoffs. Just the nature of how the NBA lottery and rebuilding structure works.
Yeah, and in the playoffs last season, every team in the conference semis but one had a #1 overall pick on their roster. So that one team was the Grizzlies.
Monte Ellis checked in for Rodney Stuckey. Hill against Buck. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. Pacers trail by 18. Ellis dishes to Hill. Pass to George. Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. Kicks it out to Ellis. Back to George. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. Ellis has got assist number 5 here tonight.
No matter what the score is, his attitude has been perfect. I love his disposition. He has stayed in attack mode.
Green passes to Irving. Back to Green. Shot clock at 6. The kick out to Irving. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Ellis dishes to Hill. Rejected by Best. Now Irving. The pass to Dent. Here's Best. Again, the miss by the Heat.
Tell you what, the defense has nothing to worry about out there with him shooting. I mean, you can't dial it in from deep this half at all. Take a look at what Mahimi's done. He has 12 points and also a block shot.
Well, for Jordan Hill, something wonderful happened to him last season. The breakthrough he'd been waiting for on his 6th year.
Yeah, Kevin, you know, it had to do, and I think correlated with him getting a chance to start games, and it blew up for him from there. Posted career-high averages across the board.
Here's Best. Buries the long-range jumper. Insanity's got 9 points now in the quarter.
He's absolutely killing it from outside.
Pacers trail by 18. Back to George. Ellis. Three-pointer. Rejected by Best. 1:44 left in the 4th quarter. Dang off the pick from Best. On the wing, Dang. Defended by George. Here's Best. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And something else you can't forget about is his shot blocking, Steve. I mean, he's an intimidator down low.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Whiteside's checked in for Dang. Stoudemire comes in for Chris Bosh. Reno Udrih, he's checked in for Gerald Green. And it's Dragic in for Kyrie Irving. Doubled by Best. Robinson kicks to Turner. The dish to Buttinger. Indiana moving it around. Outside, Robinson passes it to Buttinger. Back to Robinson. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And one record that is going to be very hard for any player to ever match is the Iron Man streak. That record's held by A.C. Green as he played in 1,192 consecutive games. That kind of durability is going to be hard to match in the modern NBA.
Stoudemire backing him down. Pacers with the rebound. 43 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Young passes to Buttinger. Back to Young. To the inside. Here's Turner. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. And Miami making a change here. Winslow's checked in. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. They poured it on tonight, Clark. A dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
I don't think they have anything but...
You pulled down 12 rebounds. A lot of errant shots were collected by you in this win. Do you feel your work under the glass was essential to the victory?
I mean, rebounding in general is critical to the success of the team. You have to come in with a blue-collar, workman-like mentality if you're going to get wins in this league. And part of that is a total commitment to rebounding. There isn't too much you can control on a basketball court, but one of the things you can is how much effort you give. And there is no better time to show that you care than when a shot comes off the rim and is up for grabs. Hustle goes a long way, man.